Christina. So, I always start so, don't I? I decided I wanted to do this Vlogmas thing. And I know I'm starting a day late, but I like to say I am on IVFH time. I voted for Harris. And so I'm having some problems coming back into civilization and into the kinds of things that relationships and friendships opening back up, that kind of thing. So I'll get there, and what that means is I will get there, and when I get there, I will be ready. So I have decided to go ahead and start this challenge of posting a video every day now for the Vlogmas. The reason I wanted to do that is because I've not talked a lot about myself on the channel. I mean, I have and I've not at the same time. But the thing that I want to talk about tonight is forgiveness. And I think it's important as we get ready to move into the new year that we settle old scores with ourselves, that we look at the things that we have hanging over us and whether these are things that are benefiting us. We should be looking at relationships. We should be looking at the habits that we have in our lives, these old scripts that we have in our lives. Fear Less, Live More 222 is doing a lot of great videos, very inspirational videos. Go check out his content. But it's a lot about overcoming some of this programming and at the same time trying to program new ways. And at the same time forgiving ourselves for the things that we're doing or we have done that are maybe things that other people don't understand about us. So the thing I want to forgive today, I want to talk about is maybe panic and having feelings of dread or anxiety. Especially if you have panic like I sometimes do that is related to childhood or pre-birth trauma. So I want to talk about that particular thing today, just for a minute, a couple. And that is, there is new research that's coming out. It's called NARM, N-A-R-M. And it's based on something called the neuroaffective relational model. So they kind of take Freud, and they take Freud from the place of where Freud was talking about childhood and childhood influencing things. So they take Freud, but they also look at the family dynamic and the way the child was reared in the house, that kind of thing. But even more importantly, they look at pre-birth trauma. And this is something that's so important for us these days because we start to hold ourselves responsible for a lot of things that maybe we learned to react to and protect ourselves from when we were still in the womb. If your mother was having a particularly difficult relationship in the world for some reason, if she was the victim of some kind of abuse, mental, physical abuse, if she was on drugs or alcohol, your system was impacted. It's that simple. Your system was impacted. And we don't know how much, and we don't know exactly to what degree. But it can be quite severe. So if you think about such in my case where my mother was getting beaten. So my father thought it was a good idea to beat my mother if she didn't do what he wanted her to do. So while she was pregnant with me, she was regularly getting beaten, but he would start doing it on other parts of her body, right? So you can imagine the impact this would have on an embryo, a fetus in the womb, who is constantly, and the mother's cortisol levels and adrenaline levels are off the charts. Yeah. We got a lot of this if you had a difficult prenatal experience. Your mother may have been highly sensitive, in which case she may have been even more impacted by things that might not have impacted other people. Loud noises, bright lights, the environment changing with energy shifts. There's all kinds of things. Fabric. Highly sensitive people can be affected by a lot of things. And if a highly sensitive person doesn't realize that they're already being impacted by a lot of things, maybe a lack of sleep is combined with a lack of good food, a lack of care in your life, a lack of taking care for yourself, a lack of a good partner or a good relationship or good friends around you. These things can become stressors. So as you're getting stressed, and Christmas is coming, and that's why I really wanted to do this set of videos, is to say, forgive yourself, and I'd like us to find something different every day to forgive about ourselves and accept things as they are and try to move forward with good resolutions for the new year. So today, let's forgive ourselves for fear and panic that we feel in the world, that may have roots in places we don't know or understand. They have triggers that people are setting off around us that we don't know what's going on sometimes. If you're a highly sensitive person and somebody's coming at you with a big emotion, or if they're confused about how they're feeling about you, or if they feel confusion or upset about something going on in their environment and they're bringing this to you, you might actually be mirroring other people's emotions and other people's feelings and then being held responsible for it by others. So as we move towards the new year, let's forgive ourselves and at the same time just try to figure out what's going on. If you're nervous, if you've got some nervous energy around you, instead of immediately trying to get rid of it, think about what is it? Where is it coming from? Is it something in my environment? Is the light too bright? Did I get enough sleep last night? Have I had something good to eat today? Is my system out of whack? Is it hurting somehow? Am I overly sensitive? Am I very highly sensitive? And I need to take care for that so that I get extra special downtime and I get extra attention for myself. So I want you to take care of yourselves. And when you can take care of yourselves, then of course you can do great things in the world. That's what we want. So, if you're not on YouTube yet, get your ass on YouTube. If you have panic attacks, get your ass on YouTube. It's all right. You don't have to film them, right? I wish everyone a happy Vlogmas, and I'll try to make these shorter as we go. I think this was important to sort of understand these basic impulses we have that might not be caused by anything that we're doing. So, forgiveness. 24 days of forgiveness. Take care. See you tomorrow. Questions, comments, wild screams, protest in the comments as always. Peace. Be free.